All right, so this quotation that I really like, I just want to mention it, and then we will weave it in through our practice this time. So it's by Nikos Kazantzakis. I think that's probably Russian. But what he says is, I hope nothing. I fear nothing. I am free. So whenever we say, I hope so, that actually leaves a doorway into the possibility of not getting what you want to achieve or accomplish or manifest. I hope I win the lottery. Well, one never knows, right? But I hope nothing. So that to me refers to knowing. We know within us the answer or how the outcome will be. And I fear nothing, that's also out of knowing. But I think becoming fearless is an accomplishment, because we're born without fear generally, and then we're taught fear, and then we have to undo that belief in fear. So in order to get to that place where you fear nothing, you have to go through the fires of purification, and that can be a very intense journey. I've been through it. Trust me, it's in my book. So, and then when you hope nothing, you're not anticipating. When you fear nothing, still you're not anticipating. And to say, I am free, is the knowing that you don't need that anticipation. So that's just my take on that. You might mull it over in your mind, or see how it sits with you. But we'll just kind of weave that freedom into our practice this evening. And thank you all for being here and allowing me to share yoga with you. So we'll start with centering and letting go of the day. Just come into your knowing God, the all that is, the creator, has your back. We have to believe that and know it in order for that to be our truth. So just see how it feels for you. Letting go. And not by any means am I saying this is easy, any of it. With what we are going through with this ascension, this awakening process, it's the most intense thing I think our human collective can go through. So even spiritual people have challenges, so nobody gets off easy with this. But we can keep our knowing and our connection to spirit close to heart. So just become aware of your breath. Spirit travels, prana travels on the vehicle of the breath, so allow that to come in as you breathe. Feel calm sweep over you, forming a blanket of protection that's always there. And deepening our connection to spirit. See if there are any emotions that need to be addressed or just acknowledged. And check in with your body. See how your muscles and joints are feeling. If they're asking for any particular stretch or move or release. Relaxation. And if you'd like to bring your hands into a mudra for our attunement to breath, just bring your hands into your favorite mudra and then take your arms out to the side and breathe your deep breath as you lift up and a long exhale coming down. The exhale is the relaxation part of the breath. Just for those who may be new, breathe it up. Sealing in your knowing, your confidence. And then one more round, breathing up and coming down. And just bring palms into Anjali Mudra for a moment. Thumbs close to the heart center, sternum. In some traditions, the thumbs are considered to be the will of the human, man or woman. And touching the thumbs to the heart center touches the will of spirit. So we blend the wills together. All right, and then releasing. Just stretch out your legs. Windshield wipers. And some circles with your feet. Reverse. And then press through your heels. Press your legs against the mat. Press the palms down. Open the chest and shoulders. And then release. Just bring the feet in, come onto the balls of your feet and rock a few times. stretching toes and ankles, the low leg. Press your heels down, give them a good reach to the floor. And then lift up onto the balls of your feet. Bring your arms parallel to the floor. And take in a breath as you press your heels down and just lift up out of your knee bend and come up. Bring arms up overhead. Reach, breathe, and give it a stretch to the back. Just open your chest, arching in your back. Engage your hips to protect your low back. And then come back to center. Take in your breath, reach tall. Start your exhale, bring your arms parallel to the floor and bend your knees and lower back down onto the balls of your feet in a deep knee bend. And we'll repeat that. So lift up, press your heels down, reach up, breathe. Lift up and back, open your solar plexus, your power center. Let it shine, let it open, and chakra spinning, golden light emanating from you. And press down on your feet, come back to center. Breathe, breathe a deep breath. And again, lower down into a deep knee bend. Take your time. All right. And then bring your palms forward, step your feet back, come into our first plank. Bring your shoulder blades down your back. And let your knees down, pull back into a puppy stretch. And then come back into your plank. Take in your breath. Exhale, bring your left knee towards your nose, curl in. Stretch your leg up into three-legged dog. Reach up. Bend your knee. Come back. Take in your breath. Exhale and curl in. And release. Inhale the leg up. Three-legged dog. Reach. And bend your knee. Exhale it down. Take in a breath. Exhale, knee to nose. See if you can touch. And then come back up. Three-legged dog. Bend your knee. This time we'll just open the hip. Lift your knee, lift your hip. Shoulders remain forward. Keep lifting and press down in the heel that's on the floor if you can. And then just bring your leg back. Let both knees down onto the floor. Back into puppy stretch.
And then lift back up into plank. Take in your breath. Exhale, bring your right knee towards your nose. Curl in. And reach your leg up into three-legged dog. Stretch your leg up. See if you can keep your hips pointing towards the mat. Take in a breath. Exhale the knee in towards your nose. Inhale, lift it back up. Three-legged dog. Breathe. Exhale, bring your knee towards your nose. And inhale, lift. Now bend your knee, lift your right hip, lift your knee up, shoulders forward. And then come back around into downward facing dog with both feet on the floor. And just lower your knees down. You can keep your toes under or come onto the tops of your feet. We're going to come back to down dog, and then we'll flip the dog. But let's give our elbows a little rest and movement after having them straight for a while. A few crisscrosses for your shoulders. And then circle around in your wrists. Reverse. And fingers, give them a little stretch and squeeze. Okay, so I want to bring in this quotation. I hope nothing, I fear nothing, I am free. Just make sure that you don't have any accessories around you or close to you for this flipping the dog, okay? Because when we approach flipping the dog, some people do feel afraid, especially the first time. But when the quotation says, I hope nothing, it's not, I'm hoping to do this pose. I'm hoping to accomplish this. And then I fear nothing. I'm not afraid. I know I can do this move. All right. I am free. So let yourself feel the freedom. I know you already can do this pose. So just come into downward facing dog. I have to move over a little bit here. And just lift your left leg up into three-legged dog. Bend your knee. And again, lift your hip. Give your psoas muscles a nice stretch here.
Shoulders still facing forward. Keep lifting your knee. Now just slowly keep bringing your foot behind you. So you're getting a little twist. You might even be able to see your foot. Just keep looking for it. And then just let it come down behind you. Straighten your right leg. The left knee is bent and open. And then open your chest into kind of a back bend. And then just come around to the front for a plank. Back into down dog. Notice you will accomplish the pose because you know you can. So there's no hoping about it and no fear because you know you can do it. Bend your knee, open the hip, keep lifting that hip and that leg up. And start your foot, your leg, your hip twisting around. You can see that foot behind you. You can almost reach the floor. Okay, just let it down. Stretch out your left leg. You're up on the ball of the right foot. Open the knee and then open into a back bend. Look up and over. And then come around into plank, down dog. Walk your feet in towards your hands, forehead to knee. You can soften your knees, just let them bend here if you wish, to round your back as a counter pose to your back bend in the flip dog. And then straighten your knees into head to knee. And then just take your arms out. We'll reverse the swan dive. Press down in your feet, ground into the earth. Lift your crown, bring arms up overhead. Breathe and bring palms in and just pause for a moment and celebrate your ability and your freedom, the feeling of freedom as you reach your leg around in flipping your dog. And then just come towards the front end of your mat. Excuse me. Get comfortable in your clothes. Put everything back to where it was. All right. And then breathe, palms in. We'll come into our warrior series here. Take in your breath. Soften your knees. Take your left leg back into warrior one. And just a few vinyasa moves, breathing the knee in and out. And just be sure to press the hips so that you're getting a nice stretch in your psoas muscles there. Press through the back heel and breathe, arms overhead. Reach. Reach up and back. Lift up, look up to the cosmos.
Come back to center. Whoops. Just breathe it up again. Reach and pivot into your warrior two. And a few vinyasas. We didn't do really any hip openers per se. So just explore in your hips. How free are you in your hips? How does it feel for you? And then come into your warrior two, your finest expression of Virabhadrasana 2. Draw your tummy in and up, gaze over your forward arm, deepen your pose. And then breathe it in. Let's come into our triangle from here. So taking in your breath, exhale, press the hips back, press down in the hinge of the front leg and reach out over your leg, shoulders and hips forward. Go as far as your hips will allow and the stretch in your legs, and then switch your arms and look up into your palm. And then reach up through your fingers, press down in your feet, come back to five-pointed star. Bring the back foot in just a little bit. Take in a breath, exhale out into warrior two, and we'll pivot back into warrior one. Lift your arms, lift the back heel. All right. And pull back, inhale, step it in, and return to center. Pause. And take in another breath. Just soften your knees and reach back through your right leg into warrior one. Find your alignment and a few vinyasa moves. And come into your warrior one legs and breathe, arms overhead. Gaze upward. Reach. And if you can, go to the back. And come back to center. Reach up, inhale. And we'll pivot into our warrior two. Just find your awesome alignment and some vinyasa moves to loosen and open the hips. And come into your fullest expression of warrior two. And draw in for Trikonasana, our triangle. Breathe. And exhale, reach out over your leg. Try to keep shoulders and hips facing front. And then switch your arms. This stretch is for the legs. It's not for you to reach for the floor. Keep your ribs straight. Look up into your palm. Feel the energy of the triangle that you're making. And the freedom to open. And we'll come up now. Reach up through your fingers, press down through your feet. Inhale. Exhale out into your warrior two. And if you want, bring the back foot in a little bit. And then we'll pivot towards the front, warrior one. And let's reach down for sun pose for a moment. Let the back knee down. Stretch back over your leg. Come down sitting just beyond your foot. If you need to, you can let your foot out a little bit. Then take the top leg, your left leg, and bring it around for a twist. Bring your foot in. Just stretch that knee in towards the opposite shoulder. You'll feel a yummy stretch on the hip. Nothing exotic tonight. We're exploring our freedom. So we'll free up our spine. Hold on to your left leg and scoop your left arm out and up and pivot into a twist. You may hear some little pops or crackles. Bring the palm down behind you, palm close to your hip. You can use your arm for a backrest and use your arms to draw you in to your twist. Press down in your sitting bones. And breathe your left arm up next to your ear. And come around. And we're going to do this again, Jeannie. This one's for you. Bring your leg around to the back for a thigh stretch. Just lift up. Draw your heel towards your hip. Feel your thigh stretch and lengthen. Open and become free. All right. And then bring that leg around, place it underneath, and your right leg on top. Both sitting bones need to be firm on the ground. Draw your knee in towards the opposite shoulder. Nice breaths. Reach up through your crown. Hold on with your left arm and reach through your right. Lift even more in your spine and pivot to your right, bringing your palm down near your hip. Use your back, your arm for a backrest. Breathe. Now, just a little hint, if you want to get more of a twist, pull your tummy in, your low abdomen, and that'll make just a little more space for you to twist. All right. Press the sitting bones down firmly into the ground. Reach up through your right arm and unwind, coming forward. Unfold your legs, shake them out. Just bring your palms behind you and roll your hips side to side. And just a few shoulder rolls to relax more in the shoulders. Being free, free of burden, free of tension. All right. Then just separate your feet and roll down onto your back for Shavasana. Coming home to yourself, the true freedom. Let yourself soften. To be soft is not weak. Being soft is strong enough to allow opening and softening. Relax. Just coming back so you can hear the sound of my voice. Remain still and draw the white light into your body, into your sacred space. And then create, generate the feeling of gratitude for your accomplishments, for your growth, and for the freedom that you are. And then start to bring yourself back, becoming aware of the sounds in the room, maybe more distant sounds, the light around you. Notice how you feel, your body, after all the beautiful work you just did. Start to bring in some movements, coming back. Then slide your feet together and lift your knees up to your chest, wrapping your arms around. And just come over to one side and rest for a moment longer. Just taking a breath and ah, ah, let it all go. And then come up into sitting. And if you like, once again, conceal in the benefits and the energy of this practice through mudra. For those that are new, you can bring your thumb and index finger together, spread the other fingers out, or your second finger. And then bring palms into prayer hands, Anjali Mudra. Thank you for being here, participating, and may peace emanate from you always. Namaste, everybody. Hi, everybody. I just wanted to add a little note for you if you would like. Comment, subscribe if you have not already, and do join us again if you are interested in live online with us. We have a good time, and we'd be happy to have you. So you can contact me, and we'll see what we can do. Or if you have a group of your own that you'd like to form your own class, I'm open to that. I do have some openings in my schedule that I could allow that. So think about that. Also, if you'd like tarot consultation. Those are really fun and can be pretty informative. Or also the numerology, find out your uh, soul path of lessons and what you're working on in this life. So thank you for being here, and I wish you a peaceful evening. Namaste.